You know what's really weird is I feel like people don't understand how motivational anime can be sometimes. A lot of people watch anime for various reasons, obviously, you know what I'm saying? I watch it for fights, I watch it for plot. And I'm not saying it in a way of like saying like people are watching anime wrong or anything like that, but you can watch anime in this way too. And in terms of like kind of if you just want to get some extra motivation. For example, shonen anime, they have a formula. If you haven't noticed yet, shonen anime is basically about a character who usually has nothing trying to be the greatest. And through that process of him being the greatest is when we usually fall in love with their characters. You can look into it a little deeper, and let me tell you about that. Let me tell you. So basically, we're gonna start with One Piece. One Piece is about Luffy. Well, really just about pirates in general. When you watch it, you're gonna think like, what is this show about pirates? What the heck, this is dumb. But the main character, Luffy, wants to be king of the pirates. And to be king of the pirates, in his definition, is to be the most free. So him wanting to be the most free means he has to sail all across this ocean, which is known as the Grand Line. What that means is that he has to start from scratch. I mean, he had nothing. In the first episode, Luffy literally had nothing. I actually don't know how, but he ended up in a barrel. I forgot in the first episode. Like the first episode, he wasn't even on screen for the first like 5 minutes or so because like he was in that barrel sleeping. This one other character found him, broke out of the barrel, and this is our main character of the show. You get what I'm saying? And it was a great moment. I love watching that first episode over and over again. But basically what I'm saying is Luffy had no intention on setting out when his plan was cemented, set in stone. Oh, I got a ship already. I already know who my first crewmate is gonna be. No, he didn't. He just went out and did it. And that's something that you can take and put into your own life. And I'm not saying to go out there and be some type of pirate or anything like that. What I'm saying personally is don't wait until like your plans are set in stone before you decide to go after what you want. Most times when you align yourself with your desire for what you want, your actions align with your heart and mind. When that happens, things will kind of align with it. Your opportunities will come to you in the most mysterious ways. I don't want to make it sound like all mystical, but that's kind of like how it is. I'm not even gonna lie. Like basically the show is like a whole journey of him picking up his crew, you know, his ship, and getting stronger, getting more renown, you know, within the world, and he's trying to work up to that title of Pirate King. But the thing that we don't understand is that I'm not necessarily falling in love with the show because I'm just trying to see him a Pirate King. I want to see him a Pirate King. No. The reason why I really like the show is because of all the moments that we experience getting to that point. I'm falling in love with the progress. I love seeing the journey of him getting there. I love seeing the progress that he makes. Every episode to get to where he wants to be, every arc he does something that moves him closer and closer and closer. The whole crew, right? Like they know already that Luffy's gonna be Pirate King. They already know it. They have no doubt. Luffy has no doubt. He never had no doubt. You know, Zoro has no doubt because he's like, well, I'm gonna be the best swordsman. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, he better be Pirate King, like basically. And it's like, also, they also have their own ambitions too, besides maybe Usopp. But I mean, Usopp has his own thing. He wants to be a brave warrior of the sea. And I'm gonna be honest, Usopp, you have done that, okay? You have done that, bro. But One Piece in general just does such a good job in showing this. Like, they are so lucky. Like, the Straw Hats are so lucky. They get away with a lot of things. Like, a lot of things happen that you're just like, whoa, were they supposed to get away from that? Like, how did this happen so perfectly for them? Is because they're just going after it. They're just going after it. That's what it's about. Like, it's about showing you that when you go after something full steam, it'll happen for you. It could take some time, like, because we all know this show is not the shortest show in the world, and that's what's keeping a lot of people from watching it. We will talk about that later. But you can use that like as motivation. If you have something that you want to do, just do it. Just do it. The same way they just, you know, Luffy just set out. Zoro, just join Luffy. Why not? I want to be the greatest swordsman. You know, I'm going to follow somebody who says he wants to be Pirate King. Whatever. He sensed that in him because he knew like Luffy was serious when he said he wanted to be Pirate King. He saved his life. There's a whole bunch of things. And it's like, people need to understand, like, bro, that type of confidence doesn't come unless you have faith in yourself, unless you believe in yourself. You don't just have faith in yourself, but you have to like apply yourself to it. You have to line up with something that really resonates with you, bro. And that is the thing that I feel like a lot of people don't really focus on when they're going for a goal. Like when you go for a goal in mind of just trying to reach that end goal, just trying to reach that end goal, sometimes that can work for some people. Some people naturally fall in love with the process, but I feel like a better way of going towards goals is to try and fall in love with what you're doing. Try and fall in love with what you're doing. You know, the everyday process, the everyday grind of getting to where you want to go. Worry about getting better every day with the end goal in mind, of course, but don't have that be the number one thing. Don't have that be the number one thing leading you. I feel like the best way to do it is to craft that identity of somebody who loves what they do and progresses every day. Because when you do that, it'll have you going a lot further without having those obstacles that mess you up and pause your journey and everything like that. Another anime that does this pretty well, and honestly the whole anime was really about this. It was Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was about Gon trying to find his dad. And it's so crazy because this is a spoiler, by the way. He didn't actually find his dad until the last 10 episodes, and that was after the nigga basically died. He died and came back to life. Killua had to save his ass, but like he did all this, bro, just to find his dad. But whole time, that was one episode that they talked. They only talked for one episode. I don't even think it was the whole episode. But like, we didn't love Hunter x Hunter because he talked to his dad. We loved Hunter x Hunter because of the journey that they had in between. We need to realize that it's not really about the end goal, but it's about the feeling that we get from pursuing that goal and from achieving it. So when you kind of like pursue that goal with that feeling in mind of, oh, I'm gonna achieve it, I'm gonna achieve it, I'm gonna get it. Also, just knowing when you have that faith in yourself, it kind of gives you that feeling of success already when you're making that progress. Basically, when you pursue that goal in with the faith of you getting it and you making progress, it gives you the same sense of success. And that's something that we need to realize. When you pursue something, just remember, it's not necessarily just about the material aspect of what you're gonna get at the end of it. It's about the feeling that you want. You're chasing the feeling. So when you move in accordance with that feeling and line up your actions with that feeling, you'll start seeing a lot more progress. You'll stop seeing a lot more obstacles stop being such a big obstacle for you, and you'll move better. I mean, of course, having that end goal in mind is what kind of moves people the most, you know, like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta be this, I gotta be this. Yes, for sure. The advice I'm giving you is never forget about what you've already accomplished. Never forget about the progress you've been making. Don't forget that, because it's so easy to forget that when you don't have what you want. And so that's all I really wanted to talk about for this video. I wasn't gonna go in too much depth about it because I didn't want this video to be too long. But if you do want me to go more in depth about this video, go ahead and leave a comment. And honestly, just leave a comment for any feedback that you have. And also a like and subscribe would be very appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.